Hi, this is Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel. I have two journals to share with you today. One is in my Etsy shop, and it was just something fun I was doing on the side. And this other one is one of those 40 journals for my customer who ordered 40. And so this is one of the sizes. It's a 5x7. And butterflies is one of the things that she specifically mentioned. And so this one is called Memories. And I just had this cut off piece of polka dot paper from when I was making this journal, which I'll show in a minute, and I didn't need it, and it was the perfect size, just trimmed a little bit. So I used that for my base, and then a piece of vintage pillowcase, and then this is one of my journaling cards from my kit in my dreams, a little piece of wallpaper, and then a word, Memories. It's stitched around, and on the back there's one of my vintage botanical flowers from the Botanical magazine. There are two dangles on the side. She specifically really liked these little dangle beads, so I wanted to add a little blue and purple one, and then I made a cute little teeny tassel, and then this could be put somewhere else if she'd like. So let's get to it. There's little stamped butterflies, and I used perfect pearls. So they're super shimmery and they're in purple. And we're starting off with a book page. I just thought that was different and I loved how it flowed. And this is Perfect Posies. And it's about putting together bouquets and things like that. I'm going to try to zoom in just a little bit. And I'm sure that journal is distracting on the edge. For the lined paper that I used throughout, little pieces of paper that didn't cut all the way. She's using it for notes, and I really wanted to make sure she had writing space. I used one of the background pages from Seneca Pond Craft. She has amazing background pages. This was from one of her kits. I think it was Backward Glance. Not 100% sure. But so I used that all throughout, and then there's little washi inspirational quotes like this says good things. This is kind of a butterfly botanical journal. So then I just used a whole bunch of different printed papers I have from various Etsy shops that I've featured on Etsy Archaeology. So if you're, I don't remember exactly which shops these all came from because they're in a big stack of printed papers. But if you're interested in the different shops, you can look back through my channel at the Etsy Archaeology series and see what they are. Here's one of the little vintage botanical images. And then I use some Tim Holtz quotes, like miscellaneous exercises. And then I do know this paper is from DigitalCurio, and it is like an ink splot paper, and I had to use that. This is a journal card, and we have some pink lace and a butterfly button. And then using up my stash from Junk That Treasures, I just stamped a little butterfly on this card. This is a coloring book page, but you see the butterfly and then some trim. And then the little bugs and butterflies here. One of my handmade foam stamps with 3 hearts, and it says My Grateful Heart. And then little collage. This is one of those papers from TheFrenchHeart. I decided instead of using them as journal pages, since there's not a whole lot of them, they worked perfectly in this journal. They coordinated beautifully, and she needs extra room for notes, so I can clip them in, and I just clipped a couple of them in the journal. And then another washi there. This is from a book, and I just made a journaling card out of it and backed it with one of the journal cards from CherryPinkPrints. Another ink splot paper and a vintage sheet. This is a vintage sheet music, Spirit of the Summertime and Only One. That's a reading song. It's like from a children's, it's almost 100 years old, from like a children's school book. This is a little just flip open for journaling, and then I stitched around the front here and added one of my vintage botanical images. These are from Digital Collage Club, and I had to use some of those to add more butterflies. Some vintage sheet music. I believe this is from the 40s. This tag is from ArtyMaze from her spring kit. I had it left over from my design team, so I added that here. I have an index card here with another botanical image. Did that stamping again. Another oval from Digital Collage Club. These are also from Digital Collage Club, and they're like the domino images with their little postcard. So 2 butterflies and a flower, and just had to add that there. This is another one of those pages from TheFrenchHeart. that I just inked and folded so that she would have lots of extra pretty journaling space, because you can't have too much of that. And then for the center here, I just did some leaf stitching on some blue lace and added that. And I used this Rolodex card. I put a glitter butterfly sticker on it as a tuck spot. And then I stitched the leaves on here, and my bobbin was out. But you can see the leaves, the little holes, and I really liked that. So I left that and just threaded some trim, some lace through there. This is from a vintage book about a typewriter, and then just a little collage here in the corner. Some lace, not lace, leaf trim. Little sticky notes glued in here and some leaf stitching. A wallpaper pocket, and then a playing card and another botanical image. Some background stamping, and then I just put a little eyelet in here, and that is what this little tassel is hooked onto with a garment pin. Digital Collage Club butterfly. Make this journey of your own. This is a little wooden butterfly piece that I got in Happy Mail from someone, and I just added some flat back, and then these are from Digital Collage Club, Clover and Chicory, and I just tucked those in there. Here's a big journaling card. This is backed with the TheFrenchHeart background paper, music paper, ink blot paper, and this is from Seneca Pond Crafts. It was left over from one of the kits, and I had to use it because it's ink and a pen, and there's lots of journaling space on the inside, and it's almost like this tipped over and made this big mess, except that says red ink and this is purple, but, you know, maybe they refilled it. Few words passed between them. Here's one of the handmade foam stamps I used using my silhouette. I made using my silhouette. Use the right words here. Some washi and hashtag always. This is a little paper ribbon, coffee dyed paper ribbon tuck spot. And then here's a butterfly from Digital Collage Club. This I cut out on my silhouette, and I just made it like as a tuck spot. And then I used yellow and pink glimmer mist on these white papers so that she can put lots of class notes or pictures or whatever on those. And then a little butterfly on there. This is a sticker, but it almost feels like lace and looks like lace. Little collage there in the corner, and we've come to the end. I love working with this size. It's just so much fun, and it fits in your hand well, but there's plenty of room as well. So this is for her, and it's going in her growing pile of journals. And then I want to show you what I was playing around with. I was totally playing. So I have a ton of orders. I keep talking about that. I think I still have over 50 open orders. Orders are going out every single day. My printer is working overtime, and when it's printing, and I have to print on a higher quality so that I get a better print. And so sometimes it takes a long time, and I just want to, this book was sitting on the floor, and I was like, you know what? I want to make something out of it while I'm waiting for this printer so I can package up the order. This was from an adult coloring book. It's called Natural Wonders. I added the ribbon here because it said like a coloring book for adults or something like that. So this is the way the cover was. I didn't color it in, but it has like gold foiling and then different colors. It is a very heavy like cardstock. You can see how thick that is. I took it apart and made my own little bit of a curved spine here, and I reinforced it with this ribbon and then these buttons for show on the spine. And I put book corners on it. I inked it up. The back I covered with this hummingbird paper from DigitalCurio. And on the inside, there's just scrapbook papers and book pages. There is no decorating, and it is kind of like a blank canvas for you to use as an art journal or something like that. So the ribbons coordinate, but they don't match. And then here we go. So on the inside, this is what the inside of it was. And then there's a layer of fabric, a layer of wallpaper, a strip of washi, and then the lace here just to make it look prettier. I'll quickly go through just the different papers that I picked to put in here. There's just a selection of scrapbook papers of different weights, and there's a few book pages. So you can turn this into a junk journal. You can use it for a memory book, an art journal. Here's one of the book pages. It's sunflowers. So I just thought that it would be really fun to have a book that pretty much nothing was done to it. And then in between the signatures, I added the lace as well, because there's a ton of room for this book to expand. You can stuff a lot in it. So this just makes it look prettier, so you don't have to look at the holes. Just from different paper pads and different collections. Here's a little kitten and bunny book page from a children's book. There's the other side of that. I tried to keep this is from a coloring book, but not from this coloring book. I tried to keep a coordinating color scheme, and then here's the lace there. Just thought it would be a lot of fun. This is from a vintage 1950s children's dictionary. This is from a book on songbirds. I just thought it would be fun. I keep saying that, but that's all I was doing. I was playing, using up scraps, or using up papers, using up paper pads, using up book covers that were sitting around. There's even a little scribble there. So I just thought that would be fun. It's in my shop. It's not that expensive. I just thought that someone might enjoy this as an inspirational like art journal, or if you're getting into junk journaling and you don't really want to create the cover, but you want to play around with making pockets and tuck spots and clipping in things, this would be a great journal to start that in. So thank you for watching.